I just feel the value of hearing the stories and passing them on from generation to generation is so important for our younger kids to know like what it was like back in the early 1900s. Like that's crazy, and you have that in your family, so that's very cool.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah.
And I'm Carolyn.
And welcome back to Close Knit with
Carolyn
and Hannah.
And this is episode 25.
Yes, this is episode 25. We're a little seated differently because we have our special guest with us. We have Leah Bernick from Bernick.
Leah Bernick from Bernick's in Waite Park.
Yes.
What's the official Bernick's? Is it more than just Bernick's?
It's just Bernick's.
Okay.
It's been through many different names over the years, but we have landed on just Bernick's.
Okay, good. So we got that.
Right. Yeah, so we're here. We're going to interview her a little bit. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. So yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, and you're probably wondering, why is Leah Bernick your first official guest? We had my mom, remember that? Carol at the farm. The reason we wanted Leah to come and talk with us and share her story is because her family owns Bernick's, and that business, which this just fascinates me, has been in business over 100 years.
Yes, founded in 1916, so almost 110 years now.
That's incredible. That is that fascinates me. And so McKinsey's, my boutique, we're kind of collaborating with them, and it's been fun so far. We love getting the new drinks and testing them out, sharing with our customers. But I think that you have a story to tell. I always say that to people when they come. Well, we all have a story to tell, but I feel like your story, your family story, is very valuable, important for the communities that you guys help and serve. I just think it's a good story. So I'm going to ask some questions. Hannah's going to ask some questions. Do you want me to start with? I mean, you're just like,
yeah, you can start.
Sharing. Yeah, I feel like we should sing a love song together. My love.
I don't know that one.
I know that would be like Lionel Richie from the 80s. So
oh no.
You weren't even a thought. So there you go. Okay. So the first question I'm just going to talk to you about or ask you is, tell us about your family. Like, I don't even know how many brothers and sisters you have.
Sure. Yeah. So my family, I am the oldest. I have one younger sister. She is 4 years younger than me. And then our parents, that's our immediate family. We can go out for all of the other Bernicks in the area too, if you want to.
How many aunts and uncles do you have?
So I have, on the Bernick side, I have one aunt and one uncle who has passed away. A lot of people get confused on whose side of the family is who. And I have a lot of people think my dad's cousins are my uncles, but they're not.
Oh.
But his cousins, there's 5 of them on that side of the family. So.
And does the entire Bernick family run and have run the business over the years?
So it started, I'm 5th generation, and it started, Chaz A. Bernick was the founder. Then it went to his son, Francis. And then it went to my grandpa, Roy, and his brother, Dick. And that's where it kind of splits in there. Then there becomes lots and lots and lots of family members. So right now, a lot of the ones in the generation above me are retired, but they did work there, most of their lives and careers. And then now in my generation, we have me, my sister, and then my second cousin, Melissa, that are active in the business right now.
That's really fascinating. The generational thing is very cool, and that it's been alive for this long, and it just keeps evolving.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everyone says we have to make a family tree so people can keep track of who goes with who, kind of.
Yeah. And when we went, we got a tour. That one area that has all the pictures from long time ago to current. I love that hallway because I love looking back on the history and. What was the year? 1916. Yeah, that's crazy. And they had cameras back then? They must have. Well, we saw the pictures.
They took pictures.
Yeah.
Developing them in a dark room, probably, or however.
That's so fascinating to me. A question, and I will share the mic with Hannah. She's not just sitting there, but a question that I have is, okay, so you said Chaz was the first, which Chaz is a very fascinating, interesting name for that time.
Charles,
but they called him Chaz.
They called him Chaz.
That's very cool. That's cool in itself. Do you think in talking to your grandparents or your dad, has there been a time for Bernicks that has been, because business is just, it's ebb and flow. And you guys went through the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. And has there been a time that they've ever talked about that has been most challenging?
Oh, gosh, there's probably a ton. But yeah, like you said, the Great Depression, I remember hearing stories about, we used to actually bottle and make our own soda. And we had people sleeping on sacks of sugar overnight so they wouldn't get stolen, and just, crazy stuff like that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that is crazy. And then where was the original building or the original?
Yes, it was in downtown St. Cloud, actually. And then we moved to Way Park in 1975, where we're at right now.
Wow. And you've been there since 1975.
Since 75.
That's very cool. Can you think of maybe a time that they've talked about where they were just so extremely, maybe, and even yourself, so extremely proud and have a lot of pride in the company and something maybe they did? Because I know you guys do a lot of like fundraising things and events and stuff like that for communities.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's a lot. But one thing that I would say is a big thing we do for the community is the Bernick's Family Fitness Series, if you've heard of that. We partner with the YMCA, the St. Cloud Times, Leighton Broadcasting, and we put on 4 5Ks for the community. Our biggest one is the Wishbone 5K on Thanksgiving, but it's just a really fun way to bring everybody together, do something fun, healthy, get out there, and
That's really cool.
So what do you love about your family business most?
Oh my gosh. I think sometimes working with family, you hear horror stories, but I think it has been so rewarding. I feel like we are so fortunate that we have made it through this many generations and we still are a family owned and run business. I love working with my family. I've learned so much from my dad. He's my role model in business for sure. He's taught me so much. It's just a great thing that I think most people don't get to do with your families. You guys do. So you get it. It just kind of adds another layer of fun and closeness. And it's just been really great.
Yeah, I get it. 'Cause I work with both my mom and my aunt. And at one point I was working with my brother too. So it is definitely different than working with a bunch of coworkers that you get to know, because you already know all of that about the person. So yeah,
it's more of a unite. I shouldn't say you're more of a united front, but you're family.
And you know how they work and you know how they operate. You know what's going to set them off maybe. So sometimes you might lean into that a little bit.
Totally. Yep. I'm excited about your family and your business, because I think of how many companies really have been around for that long, have gone through and seen so many different things. And there's so many, how many products are there? Does Bernick's even?
Oh my gosh, thousands and thousands.
And people don't know that.
Yeah. So we have, we're most well known for being Bernick's Pepsi, which we have all of the Pepsi products. We also have a bunch of beer brands, and we do full line vending. So we have food and snacks, and there's a ton.
Yeah. And then Hannah, hold up the new, you just brought this for us to see, the new bubbler. And when is this one coming out?
This is launching this week.
And what is it?
It's Peach Raspberry Dazzler. Ooh.
Love the name. But that's a good combo. That's fresh.
It tastes really good too.
Sipping on that one.
Yes.
That's awesome.
A fun perk that you get is you get to sample them before they come out.
I love that. Hey, I think we manifested that, or I did, because remember a long time ago I said we should try new products on our podcast. That was last year, literally. I said that.
It's meant to be.
It works. Manifesting works. Okay, Leah, let's dig into your life a little bit.
Okay.
So did you go to school in Sartell?
Cathedral, actually.
Oh, you went to Cathedral,
Yeah.
and now you're married, and you have twins.
I do. I have 7-month-old twin boys.
And how do you love that?
It's been really amazing. And we are very lucky. They're very good babies. Everyone is always like, I can't believe it. How do you do it with twins? And the good news is they're my first. So I had nothing to compare it to, like with just a single child. So I only know what it's like with two.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to jinx it, but they're good sleepers. They're good eaters. They're not too fussy. So
that's a huge blessing.
Yes, it is.
Because that can be, and okay, so that leads me into a question of, for you, like, what is it? How is that with twins and them working? Because do you work full time?
I do work full time.
How do you juggle that?
We were very lucky. We found an amazing nanny. She's so great. She comes in every morning and watches them and does all the, learning and developmental things and stuff. It has been a lifesaver.
That, you know what? That's a great idea, especially for twins, because
yes,
that would be really hard, packing them up every day, getting them to daycare, and that works out really good. Do you have so far? I mean, obviously, when you get married, that's a big change in your life. Just living with someone now and having to maneuver around another person. But what do you think about having like babies? Do you think that that's completely, like, physically, obviously it changes us, but do you think that you've changed as a person since you've had kids?
Oh, definitely. I mean, before kids, I don't want to say I was selfish, but you only had to worry about yourself. I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
I went on trips whenever I felt like it.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, they're my whole world, you plan everything around them. It's just really been, really a great change, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to ask a question? I feel like I'm just hogging the microphone.
No, you're so good. You're so good. See, I took care of all of the tech, and you're like, I'll make all the questions. Yeah. So I'm totally fine.
I like that.
I'm totally good. Let's see. Okay. I want to know this one because, like you said earlier, at Bernick's, you guys have so many different products. What's your favorite product that you distribute?
Okay. My favorite is Bubbler for sure. I mean, there's just no way around it. But I have like a special connection to Bubbler because I got to be on the committee that helped develop the product.
Oh, really?
So I got to do a bunch of taste testing and stuff. So there is the company that makes Bubbler. It's called Wispac. It's a co-op in Wisconsin that Bernick's is a part of with there's about 40 bottlers or distributors like us, Pepsi distributors around the US are a part of this. And they're the ones who bottle and manufacture all of our Pepsi products and stuff, but they also make some of their own products. And so as a member of Wispac, I was on the called the Wispac marketing committee, but so we get to test and give our input on these products. And so I say I helped create Bubbler.
That is so cool. Mm-hmm.
How do people come up with like the new Dr. Pepper Blackberry? Like who comes up with that?
It is probably a shocking amount of research and development and focus groups and taste tests.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. And then what is it, mostly Minnesota and no, that's probably anywhere.
Yeah. So like the Dr. Pepper and the Pepsis are national for sure. And a corporate Pepsi and Dr. Pepper is coming up with the flavors. Bubbler and Wispac started more regionally because there were a lot of like Midwest distributors that are Wispac bottlers. But over the past few years, it's grown so much that it is national now across the US. So
that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
What is a favorite childhood memory? And it can be with your family and or just one that sticks out in your mind.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
That's a hard question because that could be any age. Ooh. I think when I think of childhood, I think of even teenage years and and younger.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, this one photo always comes to my mind. We were on a family trip to Mexico. We went on like one trip a year. And so we went to Mexico this time and we all were wearing yellow by accident. So we took this picture. My mom was wearing a huge sombrero and it was just, they still have that picture up at their house. And it just kind of reminds me like of that trip and how fun it was. And we all did stuff we'd never done before, like zip lining and just, super
How
fun.
How old were you?
I must have been early high school, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Fun. And you zip lined?
I did.
Holy cow. Like over the trees or what was it?
Yeah, like through the trees, over canyons, all that kind of stuff.
For real?
Yes.
You were like not afraid it was going to break and you were going to...
Well, you're always afraid it's going to break. But
See, you see how my brain goes right to that. No way, I'm not getting on that thing.
No, anytime you make it through, you're like, okay, success.
Did your mom and dad do it too?
Oh, yeah.
You're kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Would you do that? You would zip line? Oh, gosh. No, I would never.
Well, my neighbor used to have a little zip line that went across his backyard. Yeah, it was about as tall as our ceiling. So it wasn't that bad. But when I was little, I'd be like, can we go zip line, please? So I think I'd do it.
Yeah, I don't know that I would do something like that. I've seen the one like in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, over the street.
Oh, my gosh. That would be crazy. I would have to be like knocked out and then just push me.
Just push
and
you
then
down.
that would be no point because I wouldn't experience it at all.
But people could get pictures of you.
But there
would be proof.
Pictures and I did it. Yeah. So what would you say, we're back to motherhood again, what is the biggest challenge for you?
Ooh, patience, probably. Just trying to remember this is their first time being in the world. They don't just know. And if they're crying and they don't stop, you got to remember it. That's the only way they can communicate with you.
Yep.
Like you just got to be patient. And that's not always been my strong suit, but.
Okay. So when they're both crying, what do you do? Because does one settle down easier than the other one? Or do they feed off each other?
Luckily, that doesn't seem to be the case where one starts crying and then the other one goes.
Yeah.
So that's good at least. But it's helpful to always try to have two people around if you can. But if not, you just got to get one on each hip and hope for the best.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine. Because her brother is 7 years older. So he was like my helper.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, I couldn't have done that all by myself. I mean, he went to school and then I was, but.
And now we have Presley, my niece, and her granddaughter, and it takes two of us just to take care of her.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't imagine two of her. Well, as much as I love her.
Everyone tells me, like, be terrified when they can start to move because then they're going to be all over the place and you're going to have to track them both down.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah, that's very true, too. And you got to watch everything goes in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing.
It's
a constant watching. But it's fun. And it's fun watching them go through stages. It's going to be really interesting with twins, too, to see their personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole twin thing, like, as they grow up, as they get to be adults, and if they don't live together, supposedly, like, they can feel each other.
Oh, yeah. The twin connection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be really cool. Do you have twins in your bloodline anywhere?
Actually, my grandpa Roy is a twin. Yes.
Oh.
And then I have cousins that are twins, too.
Cool.
I still was not expecting it, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that like when you found out?
That was shocking. I'll tell you what. So I was getting an ultrasound and it was. The ultrasound tech is the one that told me, and how she started it was she was like, okay, there's twin A right there. So I'm thinking in my mind, I've never had an ultrasound before. I'm like, did they just call every baby, or she didn't say twin A, she said baby A.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, do they just call every baby A? Like, is that
right?
Or like, is what's happening?
Oh.
So she says, baby A is here, heartbeat's good, okay. And then she goes over and she goes, and here's baby B. And I was like, what? What are you saying? She's like, oh, you didn't know? I'm like, how would I know?
Oh my God. So that's how you found out?
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy.
Wow.
And I everybody thought I was joking when I told them.
Yeah.
Like, why would I joke about
Well,
that?
hello. That is not something to joke about. So then did you have a reveal party or did you?
We didn't. We
You just
didn't.
wanted to
We
find
just,
out.
yep. I was like, I just want to know. I just want to know.
Yeah.
And then we found out it was boys. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
And that gives you some time to get stocked up
yes.
on a lot of stuff. That's
Two of
awesome.
everything.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any tips for young? Did I ask this question already? Do you have tips for young working women, or just? I think I asked for twins, maybe.
Oh, no, you did not ask.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tips.
What is your tip? How do you keep it together, and how do you?
You got to just schedule, be efficient with your time. I mean, make your priorities. I don't know. There's really no easy way to do it. But if you just decide that's what you're going to do and you do it. And when I'm at work, I try to really be at work. And then when I go home, I leave work at home and really try to spend time with the kids. And that's, I mean,
You're constantly having to be present.
yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's most important. That's what we need to learn more, to be present. I'm always like, I'm a worrywart. And that's just a waste, because that's the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then regretting or guilt is just the past. And so honestly, it's learning to be in the present. And I'll tell you what, especially with little ones, it's cliche, but they grow so fast.
Oh my gosh. Yes. In
Like-
just 7 months, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's insane that they'll be completely different children in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. It's cool. It's a miracle. It's so amazing. I think people, you kind of just take things like that for granted, having children, but what an incredible miracle.
It really is. And just, everything that goes into it, I was not
Yeah.
prepared. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything can prepare you for it.
No, but that's the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. I honestly feel very bad that I'm home, but I have so many things going through my mind that I want to know. What kind of little girl were you?
Oh, very shy, like painfully shy, I'm told. Like a bookworm for sure.
Oh,
Yep.
So what kind of books do you like to read still?
I do.
Oh, that's her.
I'm kind of like a fiction, like Colleen Hoover, those types of books, or like mysteries. I read a lot of, I think it was Mary Higgins Clark growing up, if you remember those.
Yeah.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite book?
Ooh, that's I feel like any book that I just read, I'm like, oh, that one's my favorite. You know,
Really?
It's so hard. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh, of all time. Gosh, I mean, I could go based off of like how many times I read a book. Like when I was in middle school, I think I said it last podcast episode. I read The Fault in Our Stars 17 times.
Oh, I read that.
Yeah,
Yep. Mhm.
that was my favorite book then. Right now, probably A Court of Thorns and Roses series.
Everybody's so into that. I haven't read those.
Really?
But
Okay.
I keep hearing about it.
That's
ACOTAR.
next. Yes, ACOTAR. That's next on your list.
Okay, I'll add it.
Personally, I think that Sarah J. Maas wrote the first book so that the second book could be as amazing as it is. So if you're struggling with the first book, just get through it.
Well, they're
to
really
get to the
long,
second
aren't
one.
they?
They are.
Yeah.
That third one, I think, is around like 800 pages long. It's a lot.
It'll be a full year project
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, for me, it took me like, I want to say a month to get through it, but I was reading it every single night,
Mm-hmm.
like obsessed with it. So, yeah. Oh, I love ACOTAR. Yeah.
So books. So you were a bookworm when you were little.
I was, yeah.
Were you girly girl, or were you more tomboy?
Oh, definitely girly girl. Barbies, a lot of Barbies, just in dance since I was 3. So,
I don't want you to have to say your age, but I want to know, like, what were the toys when you were growing up? Like when you were like 5 and 6?
I think like My Little Ponies, Polly Pockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of with like you had all those, and pet shops. But
I
no,
didn't have that, but I did have like, I forget what they're called, but it was like a pet cat that would like you would open it up with Velcro and kittens would come out. Kitty Surprise.
I
think.
remember
Yeah.
that. Kind of like you having 2 babies.
Exactly.
See?
Foreshadowing, yeah.
Somehow, whatever we play with as kids ends up coming back in our adult lives.
So true.
That's crazy that you would remember that.
Uh-huh.
Like multiple kitties.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have pets?
I had a cat. Yep, I had a cat growing up, and I have 2 cats now.
Oh, see? You guys have a lot in common. She wants a cat.
They're the best.
So you're not a dog person.
I love all animals. I would totally have a dog if we didn't have 2 babies right now, and maybe someday, but I love all animals, but I did have cats growing up. So.
What kind of cats are they?
They were found outside.
Oh.
So strays. I have Binks, who is a black cat. If you've ever seen the movie Hocus Pocus, he's named after the black cat in there, Binks. And then it's his litter mate, his sister, Lily, and she's a calico.
What's her name?
Lily.
Oh, God, I was thinking of bringing Kleenex up here, and I didn't think I would need them.
Oh, no. Did you have a Lily?
We had our little dog was Lily.
Oh, so sweet.
We put Lily died. We had her for how many years? 13.
Oh, my gosh.
Halloween, not this past one, but the one before. I was thinking of Lily this morning too. So that's sweet. Yeah, Lily, that's a good name for a pet. I feel like a lot of people name their pets Lily. Ours was Lily Aloysius because my dad's name was Al, but Aloysius.
Oh, cute.
And so she was named after him and my, I hate saying ex-mother-in-law, but she's my mother-in-law at the time. Was Lillian. And that's so we got her after our hearts. They both passed away within 3 months.
Aww.
And so we're like, okay, we need a dog.
Yeah.
We need to fill our hearts. And pets do that.
Absolutely.
Pets are just, and cats too. Growing up on the farm, I had 22 cats.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. But those were farm cats.
So it's a little different.
Way different.
But yes.
Way different. Them little suckers, they were mean. They were mean cats.
Oh, feisty, I bet.
Well, and I shouldn't say they were mean. They were just fighting for their lives. I mean, they had to watch out for the dogs and...
Yeah, I remember going to the farm when I was little, and like one cat would have just a scar down its face. And I'd be like, oh my, what happened to you?
Yeah, just fighting alley cats, but on the farm. Man, they were fighters, and they just walk around and look tough. Like, stay out of that one's way.
Those are not like my cats. No.
Our indoor animals aren't like the farm. That's cool. So you were a girly girl and you liked Barbies and all that. Did you like to wear dresses? And
No, I'm laughing because my mom would make me and my sister these leggings. Like we would go to this big fabric store and we would pick out all the fabrics and then she would sew us these leggings.
Sew? And why leggings?
I have no idea.
Were they comfortable?
I guess. They must have been.
Did she dress you like twins?
No.
Oh.
No.
So she'd get different colors.
We would pick out like our own and then she would make them for us. Yeah.
Do you dress your little baby boys the same?
Sometimes I like to do coordinating a lot where like the outfits complement each other, but we do have some matching stuff and then sometimes it's just what's clean.
Yeah. Well, and for pictures too, it's cute sometimes.
Yeah.
They match, but I like it when they aren't matched all the time.
Well, and people have to tell them apart somehow. So,
and that's true. That's true. You have to. There has to be a way. Baby with the blue, baby with the red.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cute. That's cute. And so now, like we kind of know. I wrote this question: what interests do you have outside of work? And being a mom, and you like reading, is there anything else you like to do besides zip lining? And do you like water things, like water sports?
I have not done them in a long time, but I can water ski. I have wakeboarded.
Really?
Yes, I do like that stuff. I don't do it that often anymore, but yes. Super
cool. Do you get that feeling now? I remember having Miles. I got this feeling after I had him because I've never been really daring with sports and any of that, mainly because I just don't like to sweat. But
I get that.
Fun. If I'm doing this, I'm in a bad
It's
mood,
a problem.
right? If I got the upper lip kind of sweat going on, you just need to stay away from me. But and I don't know if it's just a me thing, but which I never really took very many risks before I had kids. But once I had him, I felt like I can't take any risk now. I can't go, like I never skied, but I can't do those kind of things. 'Cause what if something happens to me?
Sure.
What if I break my leg? Do you feel like that now?
Honestly, that's a good question. I feel like since it's winter, we have like they were born in the summer. I just didn't have time to go outside to do anything. And now it's winter, so we've just been hunkered down. But I haven't even thought about
Oh
that,
gosh, I should scare you and put that in your head. That could just be a me thing because I'm like a nervous person to begin with. But I remember this story, and this episode was not supposed to be about me, but it's the subject. We went to Foley Fun Days, right? Have you ever been to Foley Fun Days?
Yes.
And we went to the parade. And that night, I believe that it was either that was the last time we ever went or when the Clydesdale horses broke free and ran into the crowd. Yeah, that's another. That was on the national news.
That's no good.
No, it wasn't. It was a scary story.
And that was before like smartphones existed, so you couldn't get videos of that either.
That's true.
Oh.
But I remember you were in a car seat, Miles was young, and there was a tornado. Of course, here we go, talking about tornadoes, my story of my life. And the guy on the radio, so everyone's like, you could see the clouds rolling in. And I think it was the Sauk Rapids band. Why am I laughing? It's not funny, those poor kids. There's a little bit of a meanness streak in my brain sometimes because I'm laughing at them. I'm not really though. All of a sudden they're like, the Sauk Rapids band is like running. They're playing a nice song. The band's coming through and they're like, kids, run to the school. And they have to grab the poor tuba guy. They have to just take off and get, because they're announcing there's a tornado warning.
Oh my gosh.
For Benton County headed towards Foley. And I'm like, what? And we get in the car. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but that reminds me of that scene out of Twister where did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, I did.
It's like that
was
scene where it's
for
like
me.
everybody has like that, like those things set up, like all the food, and it's like yes, and it's all blowing around and everybody's running.
Yes, and so we get into the car, and then trying to get out of Foley on the parade night is impossible, right? We're stuck in traffic. I believe your Aunt Colleen was in the back seat with you. Okay, Aunt Colleen, this is no diss, Aunt Colleen doesn't have kids. So she doesn't know what Carolyn's feeling in the front seat.
The fear that you've got.
So I'm like freaking out. Oh my God, what do we do? We're stuck in traffic, the tornado. Because the guy on the radio, we have the radio on listening to whatever's saying, he's like, oh, those poor people at Foley Fun Days.
You're like,
they're all
trapped.
They're all trapped. They're all trapped. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to die. And Colleen, my calm sister in the back seat between my children, my life, says, the Lord will take care of us. Everybody just be calm. And I yelled at her. I'm like, somebody saying that who doesn't have kids. I'm like, of course we're going to freak out.
Yeah, not helpful right now.
No. So it just made me think of like, I shouldn't project that onto you. Like, those are just some memories. So back to you, Leah. We're not interviewing Carolyn's traumatizing childhood. Did you have any traumatizing childhood?
Nothing like that. I tell you what.
I think when you grow up on a farm, though, you're like the cats. You know, you got to just be tough. I had 6 brothers.
Oh, you just got to survive. Yeah.
You do. It's all survival of the fittest. Okay, and we talked about childhood memories. When we came to Bernick's, you talked about something that you guys had a fountain machine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, growing up.
That was my dad when he was growing up. They were like, everyone thought it was so cool. They had a fountain machine in their house.
Yeah.
And so his big thing is he would mix all the flavors together and like make all these combinations, which he still does. He makes the craziest combinations of things that you would think would be disgusting. Like he was mixing Pure Leaf tea and Mug Zero root beer, and he loves it, and everyone sees it and goes, "What are you doing?"
Wow.
But he's a big mixologist.
He's
that guy.
the original dirty soda.
He is.
Dirty sodas are such a big deal right now. I've always mixed my drinks when I always mix like orange. I love orange. Sometimes I'll do orange and Mountain Dew together.
Oh, that could be good.
Killer, man. That's killer. Wow. Get a buzz with that one. But I was going to ask you, what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to? How many different states probably? Have you been to quite a few of our states?
Yes, maybe like 30 or so.
Really?
So I'll say I met my husband like later in life in like my mid to late 30s. So I had a lot of time just traveling with friends and stuff like that.
30. I thought you were like 31.
Oh, thank you.
What?
So did I. I thought
Wait.
I will reveal my age. I'm 39.
Oh my gosh. Honest to God, I'm like, I shouldn't scare her too much. She's only like 30.
No, don't worry.
Okay. Well, you can handle this.
Don't worry.
You're almost 40.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you look amazing.
Thank
my
you.
gosh. We could
you.
get into your skincare routine, but we won't go there. Back to favorite. Can you think of where your favorite place you've ever visited?
I did a Mediterranean cruise maybe like 5 years ago, and I think that was the best trip I've ever been on. It was so much fun. We did like Venice, Italy. We went to a couple places in Greece.
Was it a river one?
No, it was on the Mediterranean Sea.
Oh,
and then we did Croatia, and that was a once in a lifetime.
I've heard that's
so fun.
An incredibly beautiful area.
It was, yeah.
Italy. I really want to go to Italy. Did you eat all the good food when you were in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, I ate a lot on that trip. Yes,
I
did.
And the breads
I did.
And you didn't get seasick.
No, I did not. My friend that was with me. She does get very seasick, and there was an incident where we were going from our big ship.
Be nice. She might be listening.
I know. She'll hate me for telling this. We were going from our big ship onto this littler ship that brings you to shore. Yeah. And that part was a little choppy. She was feeling a little sick. Then we had to get on a bus that was going like back and forth up a mountain. And she had to throw up in her hat on the bus.
Oh, was it a good hat?
It was
it was her good hat.
It was a big sun hat. And then our stop was a winery after that.
Oh my God.
I know. It was a little brutal for her.
Oh, that's tough. I can relate. I was on a plane once.
Oof. And
my first time and only once in 2019. So I don't know how many years ago was 2019. 6?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 57. So I was 51. First time on a plane, 51, puked on the plane.
Ooh.
On my way. It wasn't like
that's a bad first time.
It wasn't like real puking though. It was like dry heaving
That's not great either.
I know. I felt bad for the guy. I was on the aisle. The poor guy sitting over here. Ooh. And then you got all upset.
Yeah. Because we feed off of each other. Mm-hmm. If she's anxious, I'm anxious. If she's throwing up, I'm throwing up.
That's going to be
bad.
That's going to be bad. Yeah.
Like poor Colleen is like, God, I need to separate you two. I'm getting in the middle. And we were on Sun Country, so you have about this much room. Colleen's like trying to get over. She had to, because you were next to me and she was by the window. So she had to somehow put the drink trays up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
not a lot of leg room.
No, but she was able to get in between us. And then we took Dramamine on the way home.
There you go.
And we were all good. But you didn't get sick on the Mediterranean. That's an incredible trip.
It was.
Have you ever been to Alaska?
I have not. But
Yeah,
I've heard that is amazing.
What about like Montana, Wyoming?
I've never been there either.
Oh.
No.
See those pictures that my mom says they went out to the Grand Tetons, those mountains. She said it was the most spiritual place she's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
It was just incredible.
Oh, yeah. It would be so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So what about your favorite state?
Ooh, that's hard. I like Florida. I like Arizona. Warm,
mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you like living in Minnesota?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Depends.
Depends
if I'm driving home from Duluth and there's a snowstorm.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't love the cold, but who really does, you know, when it gets below 0, but like 30s, 20s, I can deal with that.
Yeah. 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 I think 30s and 20s. I like the 4 seasons. I love our state. I love spring, summer, fall. I love spring and fall most of all. That rhymes. Isn't that a book? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so do we have time? I think there's one more question. So this is a deep question.
Oh boy. Okay.
And there's no right or wrong answer.
Oh, you're making me nervous now.
We're not going to grade your paper at the end of the podcast. Okay, what things in your life right now are even better than you could have ever imagined?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's an easy question.
Is
actually.
that easy? Okay, good.
Because like I mentioned, I didn't meet my husband till I was in kind of my mid to late 30s. Had my kids, they're 7 months. So obviously I had them when I was older too. And I just never, like, I thought I would be probably that single career girl forever, you know? And then I ended up having this amazing family that I never thought I would. So it's just been really a blessing.
So that's incredible, the timing of meeing him.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet?
Oh, we met on a dating app.
Are you serious?
Which one?
We met on Tinder. I'll say it.
Okay.
We did.
Is that the one you...
No, me and Alan, we met on Hinge. Yeah.
Hinge.
That's a good one too. But
Tinder.
yeah. Well, it was kind of funny. So the Goo Goo Dolls were coming to the Ledge.
I was there.
So was I.
Oh my gosh.
So his little profile thing said, I need a date to Goo Goo Dolls at the Ledge. And
That's
I was
the secret.
like, I love the Goo Goo Dolls. I am going to say swipe right on that. So we went to the Goo Goo Dolls for our second date and been together ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was a good concert. And that place is amazing.
It is. It's a great venue.
Under the stars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a fun. Have you been there yet?
I have not. No.
I thought we got to get you there.
I know.
Yeah. We got to find it.
Goo Goo Dolls are coming back in
They
August
are!
again. So
Are you guys going to go
of
back?
course we're going back.
That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you have any other questions?
I don't think I do. I think, yeah.
I covered. Are you saying I talk too much? Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. We heard too much about Fully Fun Days. All my traumas. Okay, Leah, we like to do this thing where we talk about our favorites of the week. Do you have any favorites of the past week or 2 weeks?
Oh, favorites of the last week. I did have a fun trip up to Duluth. Got a little sidelined in the snow coming back, but it was good to get up there and see a bunch of coworkers up there that I hadn't seen in a while. And then my boys are getting their teeth. So I don't know if I'd call that a favorite of the last week, but we've been doing teething.
Oh boy, that's a really hard thing to go through.
Yes.
If you guys have any good tips for her,
Let
write
me
them
know.
in the comments.
Let me know.
Write them in the comments. Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's
okay.
That's
Hannah
enough.
Banana, what about you?
Oh, favorites. Oh, gosh. Well, I like this hoodie that I have on. It's a weighted anxiety hoodie from Comfort. The brand is Comfort without an O at the end. Comfort. Yeah. So I got that. And then by the time this comes out, I don't even think Alan watches our podcast, but I also got him a hoodie and he'll see it tomorrow. So yeah, I like this. I like the new bubbler drink that she just brought. I'd say this is a favorite for sure. Yes, peach raspberry. I love it. And how cool to learn that you worked on bubbler and actually like kind of help start that.
Mhm.
Like every time I talk to people about bubbler, they're like, "Oh gosh, that's my favorite." Like that's like, yeah, it was life changing when I first tried it for sure.
I love to hear it.
Yes. Oh yeah. For like the past how many years it's been out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So those are my favorites. Yeah. How about you? Oh yes. I got sparkles put in my hair. That's why my hair's kind of sparkling just a little bit. I got pink and I got rose gold copper. Yeah. And then I got a new permanent bracelet too.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten permanent jewelry done?
I haven't, but I'm a big ankle bracelet gal.
They
so
do those.
I would be definitely.
We're going to have another event at the store. I believe it's going to be April 11th. You'll have to come because
yes.
the sparkles that she got in her hair it's a gal. It's called Lucky Locks. And she has a special way of tying them in and they stay in for like 2 to 4.
Oh, that's
2 to
very
6
cool.
months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That would be like one of my favorites was our Galentine's event. And your coworkers came and brought all the drinks and refreshments. I have to say the one that was gone immediately was the pink drink from the Starbucks pink drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not tried it, but it looks delicious.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah, everybody loved that. It was just a fun event. Our customers are very kind people. I think everybody who walks through the door at McKinsey's is respectful and kind and fun and silly, and we just have such a good time with them. So, and I say this almost every week, I think all 25 episodes, that my favorites always include the customers, the conversations I have with them, just getting to know people. This will be one of my favorites.
Oh,
next
thank
week,
you.
just having you come on, being our first guest. You have a fascinating life. and your family is, we're very blessed to have them servicing and helping all of our communities. I hope that your parents watch this and just know, well, first of all, what a great job they did raising you.
Oh.
But just how fortunate we are to have such a long-standing company. Like I just feel the value of hearing the stories and passing them on from generation to generation is so important for our younger kids to know, like, what it was like back in the early 1900s. Like, that's crazy. And you have that in your family. So that's very cool.
Well, thank you very much for saying that. And thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we loved it. It was very fun. Okay, let's do a card.
Yeah.
The other thing we do, sorry. We have these empowerment cards. And so every week, I'll have you pick the card and read it. We just pick a random card, and that is the message for the day, or for a message maybe that somebody needs to hear in their life. It'll be fascinating to see what card you pick. So I try to shuffle them.
Know your worth.
You see, that's a great message. And I just said the value that your family brings to the communities is amazing. So yeah, know your worth. This was a fun episode.
This was a very fun episode. Yeah, we've never done something like this in our podcast room before, so it was fun. I'm excited
to be here. I've never done a podcast either.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I love that you guys have so much in common. The books and you've done a half zip line thing, but you would do the zip lining. There's just a lot of things you guys have in common. You're on your way, man, Leah. You're already an amazing mom, but you're going to be an amazing mother to those little babies. Are so lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I'm sure your husband too, and we'll probably see you at the Goo Goo Dolls.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that. That's the one we'll bring you to.
Yeah. I do also love the Goo Goo Dolls, so that would be fun to see. So anyways, yeah, I think that's a wrap. If you're watching this on YouTube, we have a thing that we do every single time that we say at the end, and I mess it up every time as well. If you're listening to us on Spotify, you can watch us on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can listen to us on Spotify.
Yay! Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week. We love you. Bye-bye.